Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke and this day in history. So, why is England the wettest country? Because so many kings and queens have been reigning there. Jeez. All right. And what do you think happened on April 10th, 1953? The first color film in 3D premieres. On April 10th, 1953, the horror film House of Wax, starring Vincent Price, opened at New York's Paramount Theater. Released by Warner Brothers, it was the first movie from a major motion picture studio to be shot in color using the stereoscopic 3D film process, and one of the first horror films to be shot in color. The first black and white 3D film to be released by a major studio was Man in the Dark, which premiered just 2 days before House of Wax. The 3D filming process involved using two cameras or a single twin-lensed camera to represent both the right and left eye of the human viewer. Images from the two cameras were then projected simultaneously onto the screen. Movie viewers had to view House of Wax through special stereoscopic glasses to see its full 3D effect. The lenses were specially tinted so that the viewer would see the right and left eye images only with the eyes for which they were intended. The 3D process proved especially effective during the film's climactic chase scene, in which the cloaked killer pursues Phyllis Kirk's character through a series of gaslit streets and alleyways, with the viewer following along behind them. All right. And if you're wondering about the glasses, they aren't new, they're old. Lily broke my glasses, and so these are my backup pair, and I've ordered new ones, which will hopefully arrive soonish, but it'll take a few days. Anyway, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Gonzo, Nutty, Carolina Reaper, Jack in the Box, Sonic, Firm, Toaster, Chipotle, Bell Pepper, Ejector Seat, Swiss, Blue, Pop-Up Book, Genie, Holy, Holey, and Pepperoncino, I don't know. So I mean, there's some fast food places, Jack in the Box, Sonic, and Chipotle. Is there another one? I don't know if Gonzo is one. Gonzo is a Muppet, right? Pretty sure. I'm not seeing another fast food place, and I don't know that it would be fast food places anyway, especially since these are all top. These are all in the first 2 rows, so some kind of red herring. So a pop-up book and Jack in the Box are both things that pop up. Same with Toaster, and what else pops up? Ejector Seat. All on the diagonal. Placement always makes me suspicious. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but it significantly increases the chance that it's wrong. So I am going to hold off on this and see if I can find other categories before I try to lock that in. Minimize mistakes. Carolina Reaper is just an extremely hot pepper. Chipotle is another pepper. A bell pepper is a pepper. Is a pepperoncino a pepper? I mean, that seems really obvious too, doesn't it? That's 2 categories though so far. I'm not gonna lock any of those in until I'm like convinced the other categories exist. Genie is interesting. The genie in Aladdin is blue, and so is Blue. Like, what's going on with that? We've got Sonic the Hedgehog is blue. The genie is blue. Is Gonzo blue? I think Gonzo is blue. And Blue from Blue's Clues is blue. So these are blue characters. And that would leave Nutty, Firm, Swiss, and I mean Swiss and Blue next to each other makes you think it's cheese, and Holy. So is this purple? Probably. Nutty, Firm, Swiss, and Holy. I don't know. Is that a category? I mean, I think I've got all the categories. I could just try locking this in, but I'd like to figure it out. Whole. Is it Holly or is it Holy? I mean, it's not holy like halo over your head, blessed by God. It's wholly like it's full of holes. So is Swiss cheese, but firm and nutty, don't do that. Firm, nutty, Swiss, holy. I don't know. That's weird. I'm trying to see if there's like letters I can use, but I'm not seeing that. There's not much opportunity for it. Swiss Army knife, Swiss cheese, Swiss chocolate, Swiss Alps. I don't know. I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to lock this in as purple. It's blue. Descriptors for Swiss cheese. Oh, so it's just descriptors of Swiss cheese, and Swiss being one of them. Interesting. So I was convinced that would be purple. I'm going to do... Like, which one's going to be purple then? We have things that pop up. We have peppers. I guess it's got to be blue characters. I thought blue characters would be blue. That's definitely something they'd do. All right, blue characters was purple. So I again disagree with the ordering because I locked it in that way. So of course I disagree. I don't know if I feel like the peppers are more straightforward, just by a little bit. So Jack in the Box, toaster, pop-up book, and ejector seat are all things that pop up. Things that pop up. The pop-up book pops up. Blue is blue, and Swiss is Swiss cheese, and bell pepper and pepperoncino are peppers. I feel like there's a theme here. Let's just use the words in the category name. Breaking crossword rules here. All right. I'm betting they thought this was very easy. Let's check. It's a bell pepper. Okay. 2.8? No. No. Okay. Well, let's see. 60%? Holy moly. Look at that. 1 in 699. For a perfect game? I don't know if I've had a perfect game rarer than that before. Okay. Well, people are getting yellow and green first and not purple and blue. And by the way, we do have some Americans. I'm playing this very late. I released my videos after midnight. My videos were a whole 12 hours late. And now I'm recording. And then I'm probably going to edit and just like go to bed extremely late. But just so I can be back on track. Because I just keep falling behind. Anyway, sorry about the late videos. I try my best, but sometimes life happens. All right, so people who are losing are just not figuring out purple blue. You got to know that these characters are blue. If you don't know that trivia, it's very hard because descriptors for Swiss cheese, really? Okay. We've got 24% of people who played this game got green and yellow and nothing else. 7% got only green, 5% got nothing, 3% got only yellow. So it's purple blue that people are struggling with. So they are colored, at least those are the two colors they should be. 50% tried blue in here, thinking maybe there's something to do with cheese, probably. Genie comes out of the lamp. What did we miss? Jack in the Box, ejector seat, pop-up book, toaster. Toasters with the bread popping up. Missed that one. Okay. Yellow first, green with genie. Purple, if you know your characters. So blue first, me. That's only 1% of people. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it had to be the last category. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Friday, April 10th. We'll do the easy, medium, then hard. Let's play. Okay, so that's a 6, that's a 6. Love when they do that. It just feels like I should do 6 2. I don't know, up here and then 6 blank here. Oh no, sorry, the other way. I want 6 to be 2 2 2. Can we do that? We can do blank 5 and blank 2, and then the 2 3. Okay, yep. Let's play medium. How many 2s do I have? I have a 2 6 and a 2 blank that goes in there. This is 5 or 6. Do we have a 5? We don't have a... Oh, we do have a 5 right here. Okay. Do we have a double for this corner? I mean, we have to. I think it's just the 4. So I don't know which way it goes, but this 4 goes in here. So the other, we have 2 more 4s, a 3 and a 6. But we don't have enough 3s. So the 4, well, I guess this could go here. But I'm thinking 4, 6 in here just for a second. A less than 2 actually has to be this blank. So we do this. And then we have a 6, 5 for here. And then we have a 6, 2 for an equal, which we don't have an equal. 6, 3 for an equal. And then this is our 2, 6, right? And then this is our 3, 4. Okay. Vibed that to the extreme, but we got there. All right, let's play hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is one of each. Oftentimes, you want to throw the doubles into there. I want this to go up because I think I want to do a... Do I have a 2, 2? No. What other doubles do I have? A 5, 5. So where we can peek in the doubles, I think we should. I mean, I guess, okay. Maybe this isn't the best strategy, though. Let's think about this. Do we have how many dominoes do we have that add to 4? Like, which ones are thrown out? We have a 0, 4. We have a 1, 3. Okay. So we have a couple options for that. So we know we're doing this domino, obviously. Okay, does this come around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we included this 4, we'd also be including this 4, just the way that the geometry works out. And so we have a 1, 3, we have a 0, 4, and we do not have a 2, 2. That would be the only other way to add to 4. 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2. There is no 2, 2, so this doesn't work. We are not dancing in a 2, 2. So, okay, I don't know about that one, but this goes here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here. Oh, we could have done this much more easily, which is if we go here and here, that's the same double twice. So that would be no good. Okay, so we are doing that. And then this is going into here somewhere. And I'm honestly not sure if it matters where it goes. So we'll just go up. And then I'm not sure if it matters where this goes either. So we'll just say it goes up. But we can always rearrange some stuff if needed. Because that'll just make this a domino, this is a domino. And that's really, there's no getting around putting 2 dominoes in there. In their whole. So how many doubles do I have? Okay, I've got 0, 0. I've got 1, 1. I've got 5, 5. I've got 6, 6. And that's it. So they front loaded them. So maybe that's a hint. So one of my doubles goes up here, and I need 2 more of them. So it's not going to be the blank. It could be the 1. I'd have a 3 and a 5. That would work okay. Well, actually, these are my only ones. So if I did... Yeah, that doesn't actually work. So if I did the 1, 1 here, obviously the 1, 5 doesn't go into 4. So the 1, 3 goes into 4. But now this has to be a 1, but we just used all of our 1s up here. So we can't add to 4. So it's not the 1, 1. Now the 5, 5, we have a couple more 5s, but I think it's we have 3 more 5s. So that's viable. How about 6s? I only have 1 more 6. So I think that's our in. This is our 5, 5. Now attached, no, I do have 2 more 6s. I have a 2 and 3. Oh, okay. Would have been nice if there's only 1 more 6. So, what now? I don't have a good in. Tier 4, 1, 3. Does that have to do with like how many lows or highs we have? I'm not sure that that'll work. Because we need a 4, and a 4. So we need 3 ends that add to 12. Sorry, 6 ends that add to 12, which is an average of 2. We can only use 0s through 4s. So what do these add to? You know, I'm thinking blank blank here. I'm thinking 6, 6 here. And I'm thinking 1, 1 coming in here. Let's just start with that and see where it goes. So that would force the 5-5 to be here. And then we have a 5-1 and a 5-4 and a 5-3. So I like the 5-1 up here. So we can actually build a 4. And then this is greater than 4. Should I use that one? I need a 1 actually here, so that would be 1-3. And then this would be 3-2 or 3-4. I don't know. 3-2 is enough to make it greater than 4. So maybe I should use the 5-3 here, so it's just over 4. This is a 3. I think 3-4 works. Well, what dominoes am I putting in here? I've got 0, 1, and 6. So I need 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's a 4-5. And I used the 2-3 already. So that's 2-3. I could do 3-4, but I don't have a 2-5, do I? No. Let's say it was this. Then I can just put the 3-6 in here. Or the 3-4. I don't know which one. Oh, I need something that adds to 4. I used both of them. Where did I use those? No, I have a 0-4. Never mind. This has to be 3-6. This is 6-2. This doesn't work yet. This equal doesn't work. Everything else is fine. Oh, here. We didn't add to 4. Oops. Oh, did I turn this around? Ooh. Unfortunately, that means none of this is viable. Okay. So we still have the 1-3. Sorry, I wanted to use a 3 here. Okay. So the 3-6 would allow for the 6-2. The 3-4 would allow for 4 blank, and then the 1-3 goes in there. There we go. Wow. Can't believe I didn't notice that I didn't add to 4 there. I added to 2. Oh well. How'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini and midi crosswords for Friday, April 10th. Let's play. Success on a dating app. A date? Swipe? I don't know. Egg producing organ is the ovary. Summary of a sports game. The replay? No, the recap maybe? Like 2011, 2017, and 2027. Those are primes, probably. Oh, and needs to be plural though. I don't actually know if they're primes, but they were all odd, so I figured maybe it was primes. No, the and doesn't need to be plural because it says like. Okay, anyway, I think so. URL start, HTTP. Better add the S to the end of that. Transform into, morph. Turn away as one's gaze, overt. Not overt, avert. Unspoken but understood. Tacit, like a tacit agreement. Hand issue after writing for minutes on end, maybe. Oh, this is match. We can just finish. Oh, you get a hand cramp for writing too long. Yeah, I get it almost instantly. I do not hold pens correctly. And every time I've tried to hold them correctly, I can't write. So I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, hype train, collective excitement and slaying. All right, let's move on to the MIDI. It is called Xbox. All right, there is an Xbox. Certain food service delivery worker, familiarly. A dasher, maybe? Variety of beer with rhyming name. Variety of beer with a rhyming name, not sure. Like Mr. Ripley. Believe it or not? Is that Ripley's Believe It or Not? Mad Men, anti-hero. It's Dawn Draper. Night Before, the eve. Highest point is the apex. Photo of a broken bone, say. An x-ray? I think these are all going to be X's, by the way. French fashioninettes. Not sure. Had a meal. 8. Rich by one's own efforts. Self-made. Collective term for British nobility. Royalty. Extra features. Add-ons. The NFL's Cowboys on sports stickers. Is it Dal for Dallas? I'm going to say it's Dal for Dallas. Longtime Jeopardy host Trebek, Alex. Title for Sanders and Booker. I don't know. Drink for Constant Critics. Drink for Constant Critics? I don't know. What is that? Lift up, elevate. Overnight flight is a red eye. Adorned with wood as a vintage station wagon. I'm not sure. Favorite in a tournament is the top seed. Okay, so royalty is just wrong. That explains why I'm having issues. Business where you might say ah and whose name ends in a rhyme of ah. Oh, some kind of spa, a day spa. Okay. Wolverine, Storm, or Cyclops are X-Men or X-Man. To and fro. Department of Justice heads for short. Those are ADs, right? I think so. Variety of beer with a rhyming name. Pale ale. Like Mr. Ripley. French fashion in its, I don't know. Collective term for British nobility is, title for Sanders and Booker. Drink for constant critics. For constant critics. Drink. Haterade. Like Gatorade, but it's Haterade. Okay. Adorned with wood as a vintage station wagon. Maybe pine something. Pine. Oh no. Okay. Like Mr. Ripley. Tile. Till. Talented? The talented Mr. Ripley? Oh, these are. Oh, Senator. Oh, like Bernie Sanders. I mean, Sanders could have been anybody. Anyway, they're senators. Paneled. Oops. P-Raid. Oh no, what do I have wrong? Probably this paneled. Is it double L? I don't know what I got wrong. I'm just going to checker it. It's this. Oh, it wasn't ADs. Department of Justice heads. I could fish the letter, of course, but I want to think of it. What is this? Peerage, probably. Okay. AGs. Oh, attorney generals. I couldn't think of attorney generals, and I kept thinking district attorney. Anyway, got there. If I had just remembered this right, I would have been able to correct it without checker. But anyway, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is on the sly, like being foxy, cunning. So I think fox is going to end our spanogram. Is it like a fox, or we have a fox? Cakey fox. All right, can I find it? Okay, so we've got cunning. We've got Vius. What's over here? Slick. So we have slick and we have cunning. I'm trying to get the spanogram first. We have shrewd. So all of this is used up. We've got canny. Canny, and then steaky fox, right? Oh, like a fox. Yeah, there it is. So like a fox. There we go. And we had cunning, and we had slick, and we had shrewd, and canny. Okay. So what's next? We have wield, but I doubt it. Um, like Wiley? How do we do? Is a Wiley just like that? It is. Okay. I thought it would be EY. Um, Devious. I was like, Vius really looks like something, but I couldn't quite get it. Crafty. All right. I think that was my first ranks perfect in quite a while. How'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is the Daily Burgle. So we need to use all of these words up or some kind of synonym to it by searching by guessing movies, and the movie will use up some of these words based on the description of the movie. And there's always a movie that uses all of them. So if we can find that, we get it in one. So we got airport, crowd, hostage, insurance, prison, revolver, robbery, surgery, and surrender. So some sort of like airport related hostage and robbery situation. Huh. I might not know the movie. It sounds like some sort of action flick. So why don't we start with Ocean's 11, which should capture a lot of that. Just robbery, prison, and surrender. I thought maybe crowd or something would work. Okay. So what else? Surgery is interesting. Surgery and hostage, insurance, revolver. A revolver and an airport. Is it like why can't I think of it? The president's plane. Air Force One. Okay, so we got surgery, hostage, and revolver. So we still need airport, crowd, and insurance. We don't even need to do like a heist movie for that. Or an action flick. Airport, crowd, and insurance. I might be able to do airport and crowd with if I could remember the name of that Robin Williams movie. Airport, crowd, and insurance. Catch Me If You Can. That's just airport. Darn. So we can also do mob, throng, horde, spectator. We can do indemnity. Double indemnity. Got it. Crowd. Which one should we guess? How about the crowd? Got it. No? Movie plot not in database, then why is it in the list? All right. Far from the maddening crowd. Doesn't have crowd. It crowd's in the title. Okay, I guess that doesn't count. How about faces in the crowd? Gosh, okay. Well, I need something with crowd in it. So like, it could also be mob. Why don't we get mob? Like Scarface. Scarface is a mob? What? Okay, so how about The Godfather? Should have mob, right? No? How does The Godfather not have mob? All right. What are the best bird? Okay, so Dog Day Afternoon was the niner. John Q gets 7 of them. There's crowd in it. A Better Tomorrow. A Silence of the Lambs gets 6 of them. Okay, so I could have guessed Silence of the Lambs. That's the first movie I actually know. 12 Monkeys. The Fugitive. Face Off. Okay. I feel like that was a bit unfair that none of those matched crowd, including ones with crowd in the title, but I guess that's not how the game works. All right, well, let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what tomorrow's game will be. It is Gage Taylor's suggestion of Word All. So this is where it sets you up with a few Wordle word or Wordle guess results, and you have to find all of the possible Wordle answers that remain. It's usually 3 or 4 of them. And then as you guess them, it gives you a little more info, which is nice. All right. Well, how'd you do? And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is also the New York Times games if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.